CBS presents the Jeep Super Bowl Today Halftime Report.
Here at halftime of Super Bowl 50, it is the Denver Broncos on top 13-7. The Bronx D led the league, 52 sacks during the regular season. They harassed Cam Newton in the first half with 4 sacks. And hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Jeep Super Bowl Today Halftime Report. JB along with Tony, Coach, Bart, and Boomer. Fellas, I mean, that defense in Denver has really been suffocating.
And Von Miller has picked up where he left off from last week. 2.5 sacks against Tom Brady. Here he sacks Cam Newton, creates the fumble. Touchdown for the Denver Broncos. And again, up front, the defensive line has done their job getting pressure, coverage in the secondary, and they've been able to stop the running game. 2 turnovers for the Denver defense. Remember, on the year, Carolina had a best plus 20 on turnover takeaway ratio. So right now, they are controlling that line of scrimmage.
How about the Panther defense, guys? This reminds me of the AFC Championship game. Both of these great quarterbacks having a heck of a time trying to figure these guys out. From Coney Ely right here getting the sack. You know, Ron Rivera's blew both of his replay challenges, so he doesn't have those going here in the second half. And I'll tell you what, Peyton Manning just looks like he did against the New England Patriots. He got fooled there by a fire zone. That's a defensive end dropping back into coverage. That should never, ever happen, especially in the Super Bowl. So both quarterbacks struggling.
Yeah, both quarterbacks are struggling, and I can see Coach smiling right here. This is a defensive game, to say the least. Both defenses have showed up. They have frustrated these quarterbacks. Only 4 first downs for the Carolina Panthers, and then you just hit the nail right on the head. Peyton Manning, father time. We talked about it all year. He hasn't looked like the Peyton Manning of old, but he's got to play a lot better than that if they're going to go out there and win this second half.
I tell you what, Carolina have missed some opportunities. Both teams playing man-to-man, but they have a mobile quarterback in Carolina who's starting to put his imprint on the game with his feet and his movement. When you play man-to-man, they can't keep up with Cam Newton. You have nobody to spot. He's making plays in the run game.
As we look at the second half, Peyton Manning said they cannot live on field goals. They need to finish in the red zone, and they are not doing that.
That's exactly right, JB. So for me, it's about Cam Newton running with the football in the second half, getting back into the game. You know, they have a long halftime here as we await the halftime performance. But the other thing about Peyton Manning, you know, he looks like he did in the second half against the New England Patriots. I think the Carolina Panthers defense is doing a well of a job right here, and I think that they're going to keep this game close.
And I would say the same thing off of you, Boomer. When you look at Peyton Manning, to me, Josh Norman is shadowing Demaryius Thomas. I think he has to go outside with the matchup of Emmanuel Sanders on that second corner, take that shot, but do it on the outside the numbers. And I agree with you. I think right now, if I'm Cam Newton, you're the MVP. Right now, you got to put it on your shoulders. Plays on improvisation. I think he's got to get out of the pocket, get out there and start to make up plays on the field.
Yeah, a 26-year-old Cam Newton, you can do it. Go out there and be the MVP.
And the only thing that has been working for Carolina is Cam with his legs. They'll have to do it. Stay tuned now for the Pepsi Super Bowl 50 halftime show, a musical celebration of past, present, and future, featuring Coldplay with special guest artists Beyonce and Bruno Mars.
This has been the Jeep Super Bowl Today Halftime Report on CBS.
Still waiting for the teams to come back out onto the field to warm up before the third quarter kick. 13-7, Denver leads it. The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award honors players who have significantly impacted both the game and their communities. And before kickoff tonight, last year's winner Thomas Davis of the Panthers helped recognize this year's Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year 49er wide receiver Anquan Boldin. Since 2004, Anquan's foundation has provided educational and life opportunities to underprivileged youth, offering programs including Thanksgiving food drives, holiday shopping sprees, scholarships to those in need. And last night, Anquan accepted the award at the NFL Honors Show in San Francisco.
I realized that my purpose in life wasn't to make it to the NFL and to score touchdowns. God put me on this earth for something much bigger than that. And once again, I'd just like to say thank you to the NFL and to the Payton family for this tremendous honor.
Just fantastic. A man like Anquan is recognized for that work, taking his platform and helping so many others. The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, Anquan Boldin, back with the second half.